Hello and welcome to Gabe in the Kitchen, friends. Today we're going to be making a very simple but improved donut recipe. We've made one on the channel before, but it wasn't the best. We did the double proofing method, but now we don't need to do all that. This time we're going to get a nice, beautiful bite, at least at the start, but it's going to shrink. Let's just crack on. Let's crack on. So, first improvement. In here, I've got ice and milk. We want to keep the mixture cool, okay? We don't want to warm up the yeast, none of that. If you're using dry instant yeast, you don't need to warm it up. You don't need to activate it at all. In here, we want to keep everything cool, because if you keep it cool, you can beat it more, develop more gluten before it starts to get all stretchy and weirdly textured, which we found with the first recipe. So this time we've got ice and milk made up to 150 ml. So I'm just going to put that straight into our mixing bowl. And then I'm just going to crack 2 eggs in there. If you want to use a separate bowl in case you're worried about eggshells, please do use a separate bowl. So all our liquid is in here. And in here we've got our dry mix, which is your bread flour. We've got bread improver in here, which is a new addition. We've got sugar, we've got milk powder, pretty much the same as last time, but we've got the bread improver in there as well. That basically helps the dough develop gluten. It helps to protect the dough, more of an even rise, and better shelf life as well, which is all good stuff. This here is our instant yeast. The reason I haven't put it in is because there's salt in there. I just don't want to take the chance with the salt. So I'll put it in now. Yeast straight in. So yeast, sugar, everything is in there. Just gonna give that a mix, and then straight into our wet mix, just like that. Now all we've got left to do is to put our hook attachment. You can do this by hand, of course, but it just takes ages, so why would you? You can also use a hand whisk. And then on medium speed, we'll just get that going. Once you have a dough that's formed, that's peeling away from the side, a nice, it's still sticky, don't you worry, it's still sticky. But once it starts to peel away, we can then start adding our shortening. This is vegetable shortening. So basically margarine, but not really margarine. Anyway, it's shortening. Put that in there. Baker's block if you're in Britain, or stork. Yeah, stork is what we're using. So squish some of that in. You don't want to put all of it in at the same time, so probably divide it into 3 or 4 and squish it in like so, and then back on medium.
Bomboloni, Bomboloni, can't resist the fight. Light and fluffy, pulling me to buy.
Every now and then it will peel away, but it will leave these streaks, so just get yourself like a scraper, and then just go around the edges, get all of that back in the mixture. Right, so I'm convinced that's ready. So I've just got a little bit of butter in my hand. Just gonna tear a little bit, gently start stretching. What we're looking for is, this is the window pane test. We're looking for a nice translucent structure, I guess, to form without it tearing. Then we know the gluten has formed. So keep going, keep going. There we go. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You can even see my gloves through the back. Yeah, that is plenty. And yeah, that's me poking my finger through. But yes, that is nice. Now we've got our beautiful dough formed. Get yourself a little bit of excess shortening. This is a bag that I prepared earlier. This is just what we use for our donuts. So it's basically grease proof if I can get it open. The gloves are not helping. These are basically squares that I cut out to place the doughs on so they can proof, and then it's easier to just dump them in the oil, you know. So yeah, these are nicely greased. I'm just gonna use one as my weighing tool. Grab your beautiful dough mix. Look at that. Look how smooth it looks. What I'm gonna do now is get some of the shortening just to spread on my surface. If you wanna do a bit of kneading, go for it. Why not? But there's no need. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna cut everything in half, and then in half again. And we're looking for 55 grams. So I'm just gonna weigh them out, make sure they're 55. So that one is a bit short. So I'll just grab one. This can be my excess pincher one. So I'll use it to make everything up to 55. Okay, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, plus an extra one, which is perfect. This one we can still use. Don't throw that away. Right, now we're gonna shape them and start proofing them. So weighing them ahead of time makes your life easier, because now you don't have to worry about, oh yeah, let me cut and weigh. And it is so much quicker because you don't have to worry about weighing. Now that everything's pre-weighed, you can just form a ball, put it in rather than weigh, form a ball. It's just extra steps. So yeah, all done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get some shortening on the table and then spread it out like so. You will see why in just a moment. So what I tend to do, flatten it out just to remove all the air, halve it again, halve it again, turn, halve it again, just to form like a ball, just like that. And then roll the outside in some of that shortening like so. And what you wanna do is twist, 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 and then pinch just like that. So you get this at the end, and then you can just pinch that close, I guess. Close. Pinch that closed. You see that on camera? Then you smack, 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 just to really enforce the seal. And there you have a donut. Place that on and onto a tray. And that is our last one. So we don't have enough space on the tray, so I'm going to leave these two on the edge, and you'll see in just a moment what I'm going to do with them. And with this last piece, I don't want to waste it, so I'm still going to make like a
Bomboloni.
Something with it. Hell yeah. Roll it in my hands. And now we're just gonna get some cling film and cover these up. We don't want them to dry out. What I tend to do is, did you guys see what happened? What just happened? How? Damn. Okay. We caught it on camera, right? I can check what happened later. A bit loose on the top. If you make it too tight and it's trying to stretch itself and grow, it's just gonna get flattened. So I tend to like loosen it in the corner so it has room to grow, you know? Just gonna loosely cover like so. Perfection. Now we're gonna wait about 50 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, and they should double in size, and then we're good to go. And there we have it. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour, and they are looking gorgeous, ready to fry. Right, so what you're gonna need now is a very, very large wok or container, pan, whatever you got. If it's big enough, it's big enough. You just wanna put a lot of oil in there, and you wanna get it to about 160, anywhere between 160 Celsius and 170. 160, that's the sweet spot, 160 to 170, because it is not cool enough where it absorbs too much oil, and it is not hot enough where it burns the outside before it cooks the middle. So as you can see there, we're at about 162, that is perfect. And then on the side, you want to get a large container, line it with some paper towels just to collect the donuts. And you're gonna need a spider. So these are the donuts, just grab them and place them in upside down like so. Just be careful because they're very delicate, and you don't want to burn yourself on the oil. These will be in there for 2 minutes on each side. Alexa. And the reason we like seeing that white band is because it's proof that the proofing was successful. Nice white band all the way across. Look at those, gorgeous. They will deflate, okay? Don't. They will definitely deflate, and that is absolutely fine. Don't let these other YouTubers fool you with their whatever they use to keep them. Yeah, it will deflate.
What's this hunger? It's
Doesn't that make a perfect picture right there? Look at that. I can clickbait all of you with this. But no, that will definitely deflate, don't worry. And here we have the final results. I have let this completely cool as they were on the paper towels. And this I made off camera. This is a beautiful salted caramel white chocolate ganache. Oh yes, my own recipe, I'll have you know. I can obviously, if you want to know how to make this, please leave a comment. You know, if I put it in this video, it'll be too long. Actually, it won't be that much longer, but hey, I've already done it. If you want to know, just let me know and I will do a video on this. I promise. Right, so this is straight from the fridge. It's super cool, but look at that. Doesn't that just look gorgeous? So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill a piping bag. Because it's so cold, it's gonna be a little bit more tricky. But if you just use this technique that you see here, I don't even know what to say, back of the spoon technique. So to make a hole in your donut, literally just go down 3/4 of the way, twist, up and down, back and forth, and you'll have a beautiful hole just like that. The rest have been done already. And now I'm just gonna grab my piping bag. And here's the technique you want to use. If you go straight into your hole, like so, and then you squeeze and milk it, just like that. Because it's cold, you kind of have to do this. Otherwise, your piping bag will probably rip with you trying to get the ganache out till you get to the top, just like that. Beautiful. And yeah, we'll just carry on for the rest of the donuts.
Bomboloni, bomboloni, spinning in my mind. Sweet and dangerously.
When it's soft enough, you should be able to squeeze with one hand, just like that. So in, squeeze, make sure you fill it nicely. That's the benefit of homemade anything. You can basically have as much filling as you want. So rather than the stingy ones in the supermarkets, you get to fill it as much as you want. And there you have it, guys. Delicious Bombolinis filled with delicious salted caramel white chocolate ganache. Easy, very, very easy recipe. I mean, if you want to see how the ganache is made, again, leave a comment and I will make it, I promise. Probably a short to make it nice and easily digestible because it's not that long, it's not that complicated. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, please leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, you know, if you want. And yes, we'll see you in the next one. Bye and enjoy your Bombolinis. Bye-bye.